Hello, Jennifer, and thanks for joining us to discuss the Safe AZ renovation project with us today. So, what can you tell us about the Safe AZ project?
So the Safe AZ is a renovation on how the Department of Child Safety currently makes safety decisions.
So, what differs between what DCS currently does and what the Safe AZ model is going to implement?
Well, we're calling it a renovation because we're not changing the entire way that we make safety decisions when it comes to the children and families that we serve. We're actually building upon existing safety decision-making framework that was developed by Action for Child Protection back in 2003. We've asked Action to come back in order to kind of make sure that we're making more consistent decisions across the state, that we're implementing the model correctly, and adding on some best practice techniques.
So, what are one or two of the biggest changes one of the frontline workers can expect to see once this is up and fully running?
So two of the biggest changes that I would say that they can expect to see would be assessing for caregiver protective capacities during the investigation stage of the case. This is really important to determine whether or not services or behavioral changes are needed in order to enhance those particular capacities. Another big change will be looking at what we're calling the conditions for return. So once we determine that a child is unsafe due to impending danger in the home, we'll look at whether or not we can implement an in-home safety plan or an out-of-home safety plan. If the decision is that only an out-of-home safety plan is the sufficient way to manage the danger threats, we'll be looking at personal behaviors and circumstances that need to change in order for the kids to be returned home on an in-home safety plan. So we'll no longer be looking at reunification as the end goal at the end of the case, but we'll be looking at returning the children home on an in-home safety plan while continuing the case plan and treatment goals with the family.
Great. So, what can frontline workers, investigators, and ongoing case managers expect in terms of training over this summer?
Over the summer, we've started training beginning June 5th. Any investigation staff or any staff that respond to or investigate allegations of abuse or neglect will be going through an intensive 5-day Safe Arizona training in June and July. We'll also be starting 2-day trainings for our ongoing and other case management staff in July and August so that they have an understanding of the changes to the model in the beginning and what to expect when they receive cases from investigations.
All right, well, thanks a lot for taking the time to talk to us about the new project.
Yeah, thank you very much.